Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the show. Apparently, we have a little bit of drama to talk about today. It's been a while since I had any punk scene drama to discuss on the channel, and that really is its main focus, but for some reason, everything has been quiet out there in the scene for the last, year or so, really. So today, we're going to be getting into a Turnstile situation, the ex-guitar player from Turnstile, who we spoke about earlier this week. We talked about his new band, The Set, who is set to release their debut LP, and his name is Brady Ebert. And apparently, when Brady Ebert left the band Turnstile a couple years ago, it wasn't very friendly. Apparently, this thing was a very contentious departure, and there was a restraining order involved in the whole situation. So, this whole report is coming to us from Lamb Goat, and these former bandmates are now going at it in the comments with one another, and I love to see it, because it was all kind of quiet for a little bit, but now the shit is starting to get slung. So, let me lay it out for you, okay? A couple days ago, Turnstile, the band, they posted an Abolish ICE billboard out there on the streets. They posted it to their story. And this isn't a weird thing. A lot of bands, a lot of rock and roll artists, a lot of punk bands, share the same sentiment. And there's another account on Instagram. He's called Jesse Lee. He's the guy that interviewed Finn McKenty when Finn McKenty ran away from the internet, if you remember that whole situation from a couple years ago. So anyway, Jesse Lee reposted that Abolish ICE thing that Turnstile posted to their story. And then Brady, he had a couple things to say about it. He thought it was a little bit fake, a little bit disingenuous, and he jumped into Jesse Lee's comments and he said the following: LMAO, no one in Turnstile actually cares about the ethics or social issues in general. They're just pandering to their audience. At Turnstile's first free show they did, they claimed the proceeds would go to healthcare for the homeless. We raised $10,000, but I watched Brendan steal $4,000 from that and claim he needed it to pay the merch bill, which is false. So here we have accusations of theft, accusations of thievery, illegal activity over here. This is the kind of shade that is being thrown, accusing Brendan of stealing $4,000 from homeless people. If true, that is brutal. And that makes me kind of think, well, again, if it's true, if you're going to be out there using your money to pay the merch guy, rather than for it to go towards the cause that you're saying that it's going to, then yeah, the whole Abolish ICE thing does seem like it comes across a little bit pandery, a little bit fake, I'm not gonna lie. But that is not where it ended at all. Apparently, Daniel Fang, the drummer of Turnstile, hit Brady with a restraining order. And then, underneath that same Jesse Lee post, Brady jumped in and said the following: also, my friends filed a restraining order, and guess what? They had 2 lawyers with them, and I showed up to court all by myself, and the judge denied the restraining order because there was no statute in the laws about what qualifies for a restraining order that they were able to meet the requirements of. In other words, they had no reason to file it, and it was all just over text message, which they showed the judge, and the judge agreed with me without me even having to testify. So next time, before you spread bullshit misinformation, say that shit to my face. So Brady is really not holding back. He is not being quiet, and he is done with their bullshit. If Turnstile is going to go out there and pretend to be all for the people and pretend to be these big virtue signalers or whatever, then Brady is going to call it out. Brady's going to be like, nah, dude, you guys are fake ass motherfuckers. You even tried your best to restrain me, and you failed at doing it because you had no reason to do it. You just didn't want me in your little band anymore. So that confirms it. Back in the day, when this all happened, I didn't really know if it was an amicable split. I didn't know if it was very dramatic. But now, I guess we all have our answers to that question. I don't think it could be any more dramatic. I don't think that these people could be any more diametrically opposed. And this is coming in the week that Brady is going to be kind of releasing and preparing his new material, and his new band is all about the ethics. His new band is all about the politics and issues and stuff like that. So of course, if he's going to dedicate his entire self, his entire band, and his entire creative energy into being that, into doing that kind of work, then seeing your former bandmate kind of cosplay as it, I can kind of see how that would be annoying to you. And I would kind of understand why you would want to sound off in the comments about it. And I'm just thinking, that must have been pretty crazy for Jesse Lee to have posted that. And then the post itself did a whole bunch of engagement. Of course, some people are like, why would Turnstile say abolish ICE? And then other people are like, yay, W Turnstile. But then Brady Ebert himself comes into the comments and is like, you guys are both wrong, and it sucks because they're fake and they're baloney and they're actually kind of posers. So here we are in the year 2026, and Turnstile and their former guitar player, the guy who was so good at playing the guitar, the guy who played so many of their iconic riffs, are now throwing shit at one another. I kind of hate to see it because I want to see people, unified in this world where everybody is so divided, But as far as I'm concerned right now, this is just band drama and people being a little bit petty and catty on the internet. But I really do wish that we could set all these differences aside and we could all come together, because we need unity out there in the United States more than we ever needed. I'm not even American, but right now, we don't have them arguing about any of the issues. There's no really social thing going on, no culture war at play over here. It's just Brady calling them out for being phony. And that's exactly the kind of stuff that I love. And not only do I love it, I respect it, and I wasn't expecting it whatsoever. Normally when there's a split within these bands, people go their separate ways and they shut up and they never talk about it again. But here we go. We have some real accusations over here. So at first you're like, okay, you're gonna call them out for being disingenuous when it comes to the social issues and that kind of thing. And then you're going to pile onto that saying, we did a benefit show for a social issue, and instead of giving the money for that thing, you kind of stole 40% of it for yourself. Now, I don't know if any of this is true. There were absolutely no receipts given, no proof, no nothing. It was just shit being slung on the internet in a comment section. So that means it's my time to do a video and my time to do my job, essentially. So, what do you think of this whole drama? Are you on Turnstile's side? Are you the kind of person that's just like, you should be speaking up about this regardless of how authentically you feel about it? Do you think that Turnstile kind of does care about this sort of thing? Because what's going on in the States right now is enough to shake anybody out of it. So maybe there was a time where Brendan was stealing from homeless people, essentially, But if you're seeing what's going on the streets of the United States of America right now, and you're not like slapping yourself in the face, getting some cold water on the face and being like, okay, I need to ship up or shape out kind of thing. So there could be a little bit of that going on in Camp Turnstile as well. They could be like, oh, now is the time to give a shit about social issues. Now is the time to give a shit about abolishing ICE, and seeing our community getting destroyed on the streets is a bad thing. That could be a thing as well. We don't know. We absolutely don't know. We just have hearsay, he said, she said, shit slinging, and the like. I'd like there to be more information and receipts and some journalism done here, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. All you need to know is that the split between Brady and Turnstile was not amicable, and that the more time passes, things are kind of just getting worse. But now, here we come to the part of the video where I'm going to be giving you my opinion of the matter, okay? What I think is, I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake at all. I don't know what's manufactured. I don't know what's genuine between these bandmates whatsoever. Brady would know more than I would, but like I said earlier, I don't know if anybody had a change of heart, or I don't even know if there was a heart to be changed to begin with. So really, there is no takeaway from this for me, other than finally some drama. Finally, some fruit on the tree. Why are people being so quiet out there? Everything got really, really silent after the Zulu situation. It's like bands learned a lesson. Bands like Gel and Zulu, after they got into all their shit a couple of years ago, they're like, okay, if we're going to get into some shit, we're going to leave it off the internet, because that Dan Frampton guy, he's going to be making some videos and he's going to be rolling around in our shit. So I'm glad that Brady Ebert gave me some slop to roll around in, because Lord knows we needed some drama to juice this channel up a little bit. So, have you listened to Brady's new band, The Set? If not, go back and watch my video on it, or better yet, just go listen to the music. It's very good, I'm a big fan of it, and I can't wait to see what they do and what kind of justice they bring to the streets of Baltimore. Or whatever. Are you a Turnstile fan? Me, I was a big Turnstile fan in the Brady Ebert days, obviously. I really hated Glow On. I thought that was a bad album. And then the last record I thought was a little bit better than Glow On, but I'm not really a huge card-carrying member of their fan club anymore. but I am going to be following this drama a little bit. I am going to be following Brady and Turnstile to see if people are going to be saying shit back and forth, because now I kind of want to hear Brendan respond to this, or Daniel Fang, or anybody from Turnstile. What do you guys have to say about these accusations? Stealing $4,000? That's a little bit insane. Is that real? Tell me about that. And also, it would be great, it would be wonderful if they cammed up and told me what they actually thought and felt about the situation going on the streets of America right now. And if those things all happened, wow, that would be crazy. But I really don't think it's gonna. I think this is gonna be a non-story. I think Turnstile are gonna be big and famous, and they're gonna turn on their big famous meter, and they're just gonna not pay attention to this. They don't need to pay attention to this yet until it blows up bigger than they are. And fortunately for them, they're pretty big. So this is probably going to stay pretty quiet for a while. But what we could do is we can change that. What I did is I made this video, I talked about it, and what you could do is you could like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit hype, and share this with a friend and blow this video up. Let's get everybody on the internet talking about this meaningless Turnstile drama. They're fake activists and they steal from homeless people, apparently, according to their ex-guitar player. We're back in the drama slop. You'll love to see it. I have a video over on my Marvel Rivals channel, this game that I'm playing right now. I went into all the Squirrel Girl designs and I think you're gonna like it. Big day on the internet. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, see you later, and have a good one.